And we're back in the room, as they say, on the fast show.
Welcome back for the second hour.
3, 2, 1, and we're back in the room. Yeah, so that was the first track you brought in, Hybropsyche. You just briefly mentioned where the name came from. How long have you been doing it?
Now then, probably since GCSE music. I started little bits when I were at college.
Yeah, was it called that then?
No, it was actually called Asphyx from my goth days.
All right.
But discovered from doing a Google search that there's a band in America, a death metal band in America called Asphyx, so I had to change it. This was it's probably since about 2001.
This was Plan B. There are a lot of bands though that have got bands with the same name in America though. I mean, I had a band called Gaia on my show last week, and they have got, there's Gaias in virtually every country apparently.
Right.
So on their MySpace they have Gaia UK.
Right.
But they still just call themselves Gaia, and to all intents and purposes, until they become stinking rich and famous, it won't really make any difference to them.
True. Yeah.
But so you used to be into the old heavy stuff, did you, in your early days?
Yeah. I mean, some of that's not changed. It's probably less so. I've always tried to be quite diverse in what I write and what I listen to.
Yeah. Do you find that what you can write and do is sometimes not what you listen to, in your case? The reason I'm asking that is because my mate Pete Jones, well, our mate Peter Jones, he's a great musician. He's very good at writing romantic songs. So you might call them, I suppose, middle of the road in a way. But he's a big fan of early Genesis and and that sort of music. But he can't actually write rock very well.
Right.
So he writes what he's good at and performs that. But what he actually listens to in his spare time's different. I mean, are you the other way? Do you tend to stick with what you like?
That's a difficult one. I think I do listen to quite a wide-ranging styles. I think, including sort of as an interest, Middle Ages and Renaissance music.
Yeah.
But I don't really try and pull that off myself because
no.
I've ever tried sort of playing a bass guitar with a bow to imitate a Renaissance viol, or crumb horns by using a kazoo and that type of thing. And had little goes with that. But I suppose
because the track that we've just played, I'm assuming that you have a variety of stuff, but that one was a fairly light-hearted sort of vibe going there, wasn't it?
Yeah. I wanted for this album, to be honest, I wanted a more positive approach. The last two albums, the last two Hybropsyche albums have been, first one being quite aggressive, the second one being quite dark. And generally sort of covering lots of issues, including social exclusion, those kind of things. But not again. I never want to be in this thing where I'm just writing songs about disability or disadvantage. I wanted to write the kind of things that anybody would go through life-wise. But this album, Healthy New Day, which the song that you've just heard will be on. It is about a more positive approach, but not Healthy New Days in sort of tree-hugging hippie kind of everything's wonderful. It's still got a bit of an edge. I still want to have a bit of an edge. Like, I mean, I've got the chorus lines are saying things like, you don't need to be a big head, you don't need to have a spoiler, you don't need to be a slapper to enjoy the sun. And so
I have noticed that your lyrics are just a little bit edgy, even if it's a sort of fun, upbeat, sort of dancey sort of track. There's usually something in there that's a little bit on the edge. So I remember you mentioning to me, you said, I know, you can play this track, and then you go, oh no, you can't play that one, it's got a naughty word in it, or whatever, So it's you're kind of treading a very fine line, aren't you, I suppose, in terms of what's broadcastable, perhaps.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I want something. I mean, again, this album is probably going to be the most commercial one out of the lot, but it's. I still want to say, I still want to sort of acknowledge that, again, people like us, disadvantaged groups, that there is a nasty element out there, if you like, but let's just, in this album, rather than sort of like saying, oh my God, what am I going to do because of these people, it's more like taking mess out of these people and saying, you know what I mean, so why shouldn't we?
I must admit, I got the vibe that you were sort of saying to people, I mean, I might be completely wrong here, but when I listened to your earlier stuff, which I played a while ago, I got the feeling that it was as if you're saying, I mean, this is probably me interpreting it, bear in mind, of course, but I just thought you were saying, yes, I'm visually impaired, but I'm just the same as everybody else. I have the same sort of dark moods, the same ideas, the same same lusts, if you like, because I mean we're all human beings, aren't we? I mean, just because you lose your sight, for example, you don't lose your libido, do you?
Yeah.
You know, if you're a young bloke with sight loss, you're still interested in the same sort of things that other young blokes are interested in. You don't want to go and learn basket weaving, do you?
Exactly.
That's the essence of it, you know. So if someone comes along and says, "Oh, we've got this amazing basket weaving course," you can go on. You basically tell them where to get off, wouldn't you? Really?
String weaving instead.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah. So it's a kind of acknowledgement that you're just saying, "Yeah, I've got this problem, but I am still a bloke." And these are all the things that I think about and I'm interested in and have to deal with, sort of thing. Yeah. So it's quite a deep. There's some deep stuff going on in your lyrics, I think.
Yeah. As Smokey once said, "I am blind, but I can see."
Yeah.
So a track of "Don't Play Your Rock and Roll."
Was that just before he got run over by that bus? No, I'm being flippant now.